Latrell Mitchell tipped for the switch to the halves. According to Nicolucci and Walsh through the Sydney Morning Herald, Wayne Bennett is weighing up moving Latrell to the halves, which to me sounds like a certainty, given the fact he has been waxing lyrically about him playing in that ball-playing position. This is the Cowboys game in Perth. Jamie Humphries, Cody Walker, they're out. So he potentially partners Jaden Sullivan, which would be tempting based on the way they got that win. Lewis Dodd, the Englishman, none from 3 in New South Wales Cup.
Yeah. Is he suspended, is he?
Suspended.
Oh, okay.
Suspended. It would have been nice to know. So, it would have been nice to know. Would they have rolled the dice on him? They'd have to, wouldn't they?
I don't think they would. I thought Bud Sullivan did a pretty good job.
Okay, so...
I feel that they, regardless if Dodd was eligible to play, I don't think they would have gone with him.
Sleazy Sam, we might get you to find out how long Dodd has signed at South Sydney.
3 years.
3 years.
Pretty sure it's 3 years,
okay.
$750 a year.
Okay, so, Brian...
$700 a year.
You've got 10 tokens. How many tokens say that he sees out his contract 3 years? No tokens.
No tokens.
No tokens.
I feel he'll be back in Super League.
How many tokens would you have on him finishing the year at South Sydney?
I don't think we'll see him play first grade at South Sydney.
So is there somebody who would say, yeah, we'll roll the dice on him?
Don't think so.
And if there was somebody who would...
I feel that is it 700? I read somewhere it was 700. I know that's a lot of money.
He did play halfback to win a World Club challenge against Penrith in Penrith.
Yeah, and he 650. They're saying, Mitchie says, and he kicked that field goal.
Yeah.
In the was Wigan?
St Helens.
Yeah, versus Wigan. Was it versus Wigan?
No, St Helens versus Penrith.
No, I mean the one over the Super League Grand Final.
Sorry. Yes. My apologies. Yes.
He's a terrific kid. Like having met him in the preseason when we did our shoots. Wonderful kid.
Does he have that presence about him?
Just very respectful.
Yep.
I found, and a little bit of scallywag, like a bit cheeky, which was good. It didn't do himself any favours in that Charity Shield game.
What about Ryan Hall when he came out? He scored 1 billion tries in England.
Yeah, he just couldn't.
Didn't get one, did he?
No.
Didn't get one.
Didn't get one.
I don't think he got one. Anyway, let's move on to Parramatta. Jim Sarantinos, the CEO of the Parramatta Eels, gave an update on Mitch Moses with Matty White this morning on Mornings. Here's what he had to say.
Over the next couple of weeks, we obviously play Canberra and Darwin this week. We then come back and we play the Tigers on Easter Monday in round 7. We then have a bye before heading up to Brisbane for Magic Round in round 9. So as it stands, I think Mitch is definitely on track to return for round 9. But subject to how the next couple of weeks go, there may be an outside chance of round 7. But I think the medical staff are certainly focusing on a round 9 return.
Okay, there you go. Round 9 return. He says he also spoke about what the Eels plans to do in replacing Dylan Brown moving forward next year.
Look, the 5'8" position is one that obviously Dylan vacates and we will need to fill. And I think it's a balance of it's really about managing the short-term, medium-term, long-term. There's obviously certain players that will be coming off contract and available for 26. There'll be other players that will be coming off contract for 27. So I think for us, it's really just striking the balance between solving something for the short term and making sure that the decision that we make longer term in that 5'8" position is the one that's going to put us in the best possible place to contend for premierships year to year.
Okay, there you go, Brian. He also mentioned Parramatta, of course, go to Darwin. And correct me if I'm right in the words of Scott Sattler, could this be the first time ever? I've just done some quick maths, trigonometry and all that sort of stuff, Brian, hot news. I believe this could be the first time in history of the National Rugby League and the AFL, just about, where there is not one game in Sydney this weekend. No AFL game. No NRL game. There is nothing doing in Sydney.
Okay.
This weekend. Correct me if I'm right.
This is where you come to the fore here.
Yeah.
How long have you been sitting on this for?
Oh, mate, I've been sitting on this.
Okay, so this is Rugby Union's chance.
Rugby Union
or A-League.
They need to be an impromptu plagiarised gather round who plagiarised Magic Round. You need to just do an impromptu in Sydney. Everyone gets there. Yep. Here's your time to shine.
Yeah, just go straight to Accor Stadium.
Exactly. And don't leave.
Waratahs, Chiefs, Friday night. Yes, please, at the tar bar.
Yep.
We'll get around it.
Get around it. Get around it. We're getting around our man, Sleazy Sammy.
Yeah, he's got some news.
Sammy, we call him Sammy, the Samoa correspondent. Sammy, what do you got?
So, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow.
And before, just introduce yourself. Where you from?
Hi, I'm Sleazy Sam. I'm from the Northern Beaches.
Yes.
Nice to meet you all.
What do you like to do?
I like to watch rugby league.
Okay.
So, the Hammer is reportedly joining or considering aligning himself with Samoa for the tournament at the end of the year, the Pacific Championships.
Gotcha.
So, effectively, if the Hammer goes over to Samoa, he joined Payne, Haas and Tino and likely going over as well.
Yep.
They would have one of, if not the most stacked team in international rugby league, would they not?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go through it.
Run me through who you think the team could be.
So, we'd have the Hammer at fullback.
Oh,
Solid.
good.
Brian To'o and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck on your wing.
Oh, stop it.
Tick.
Crichton and Tungo.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to get this blanket and put it over me.
You'd have Blaze Talangi.
Keep going.
Blaze Talangi and Jerome Luai in your halves.
Wow.
You'd have a front row pairing of Payne Haas, Terrell May, Jazz Tavanga at hooker, Jaden Sewer, Jeremiah Nanai in your second row, Tino at lock, and then a bench of Sean Blore, Stefano Utakamanu, Spencer Lenu, and Gordon Chan Kum Tong as your bench utility or someone along those lines.
Yeah.
But then it's the players missing out as well. You got Murray Talangi doesn't make it in. Josh Papali doesn't make it in. Junior Paulo, Sua Falongo, Royce Hunt, Dean Mariner, Luciano Leilua.
Yeah.
These are guns
Yeah.
who now can't make this side.
Oh.
Now, I want to say something. I feel the NRL should get on the front foot and say, if you've represented a country, you cannot, that's it for life.
For what? For Australia?
If you played for Australia, you can't go
Yeah,
anywhere else.
I'm okay
And if
with
you're
that.
from New Zealand, you can't go anywhere else. But if you haven't played, go for your life. But I feel that if you've already represented a country,
How's that bad?
it's not bad. But
Sleaziness of the Sam is just that'd be so good for the game.
yes, it is.
Content.
I got no problem with it.
Right.
I got no problem with it
Yep.
at all. But my only issue is if you've already aligned yourself with a country, that stops you from going anywhere else.
Moving forward.
Even if you've finished your time.
Yep.
If you've played for Australia, I feel that you've done. You can't go somewhere else.
I don't hate that. Oh,
No, you're done.
really?
Yep.
So a Josh Papali'i,
No.
you don't think it's better for the game that he could go and...
No, because we might need him for a World Cup. We might need him.
I love it. I think it's fantastic. I know people are torn around. No, we're bloody Australians, mate. You've got to stay there. But it's so good for the game. We've got a lot of depth. I think it's so good for the game until they start winning heaps, and then I might change my opinion.
Which they will.
Yes.
So, we've had the last 10 World Cups, we've had Australia's won it 9 times.
Correct. So this is perfect.
And I think what the rugby union do really well is their international game is much stronger.
Yep.
So I'm all for making the international game for league stronger, but I just feel if you already dedicated yourself to a country or aligned yourself, you can't go chopping and changing.
Okay, I don't hate that, Brian. I don't hate that. It is a run home with Joel and Fletch.
You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.